Hi, I'm Molly Lisea. Welcome back to GRS University. Today we're going to be talking about our attachment set and what all these little doodads do. Let's go. Okay, you guys, before you start any kind of job, one of the biggest things in prep work is going to be how do you hold that piece? How do you keep it from getting marred, especially if it's precious metals? And how do you reduce the vibration to keep from breaking the tip on your graver? That's where this guy comes in. While these don't have a particular purpose in mind, it's really just to give you more work holding options. And we're gonna show you how to do that. These fit in all of the upper pin plates of the larger vices, and they also fit into the microblock jaws. But I'm gonna show you on the upper pin plates of the low profile vise. This is how the attachment set is going to come. I know there's some holes here. We'll talk about that here in a minute. It's also going to come with some Thermalock taped onto the bottom of the set. Okay, so these extra holes. Are you missing something? No, I promise you. This is how it comes. What those extra holes are for is for you to put your extra jaws, your upper attachment pin plates. You can store them there if you're using the regular pins with your vise. It fits for the standard. And then our other jaws as well. There's a bigger hole there. And they just sit there right like that. If you're going to use your upper pin plates, just put them onto your vise. You can store these pins right back here along this top. And then we'll get into what all these can hold. So I kind of have an assortment of different things just to kind of show you some options. The first and most obvious one is going to be these leather ring pads. These just set center in the vise. Gonna have a ring right here. And they just tighten right down on it. The leather helps to protect the ring, keep it from getting damaged. And it keeps it center in your field of view. While we meant for this to be for a ring, you could use these pads for whatever if you don't wanna or damage your piece. Let's move on to these guys, because these also have a little bit of protection to them. These are just regular pins, but they have little rubber pieces on them, which will also help to protect your work. And they just go in there like any other pins. There's some taller ones if you have a thicker piece. Those can hold pretty much anything, you guys. We also have these little guys, same concept, but they're not as tall. So if you're working on a more shallow piece, you run less risk of bumping into them. We also have 8 of these little pins. So if you have something that's kind of a weird shape, not a typical square or circle, these are a good option because you can place them in multiple spots throughout the plates. So there I've got 5. It's clamped down. You can work on this piece. These can also be used for regular squares as well. They're just, since there's so many of them, it's nice to use for kind of odd shapes. Okay, so then let's move on to these guys. These pin plates have little divots in them for circular pieces. Don't judge me, guys. So this makes it perfect for coins. Literally, the quarter fits in here perfectly. It's gonna prevent any kind of vibration. It's in there solid. Going back to that ring, you could work on the side of a ring if you would like. Just clamp it right down. If you have a smaller circle, there's also smaller divots on the other side. These little plates have divots in them as well, right along this edge, but they also have a straight side. So if you're working on a practice plate, you can put these in there and clamp them down along the straight side. You can also use the side with the divot to kind of catch that plate. And I'll show you on this pendant. Try not to pinch my fingers while I'm getting it in there. Hold on a second. So these kind of catch into the lip or that little divot. And now that's nice and secure. The one that we probably get asked the most questions about are these guys right here. So these have a round radius in them as well. And one good option that I thought of for this is if you wanted to engrave on like a pen or a scribe. It fits it perfectly to where you could engrave right there. If you had like a dog whistle, anything that's small, round, cylindrical, these are a good option for. So like I said, while they might not have a specific purpose, anything that you can find to work on, you can find some way of work holding them. If these pins don't hold it steady or they're not the best fit, we also have the thermal lock, which you would just heat up and then you would use the thermal lock to hold your piece. You can heat it with microwave, heat gun, whatever, but that would mold around your piece to help keep it stable. Hopefully this kind of clears up a little bit of the questions in regards to this attachment set. Thanks for watching. We like you. And we like our new suggested Instagram user, the Classy Trailer. She makes amazing jewelry, beautiful rings. The owner is Jill Latino Yamate, and you should go check out her page. Again, the Classy Trailer. If you want to be our next suggested Instagram user, then like us and tag us at GRS Tools on your next post. Subscribe to us. Go like us on all of the social media platforms, just all of them. Like them, follow them, subscribe, comment, then come back and watch the next video.